This is the story of love gone strange, of a quiet man from the edge of the range. Never had love, never had that chance to boast, till one real love came close, real close. He'd walk alone through parks at night, then came the one, perched under the light. You won't believe what I have to say. Sit back, fam, hear a tale of AK. He said she came with the evening breeze, black hair, wild like the autumn leaves. Didn't speak, just stared from the gate, but he swore it was real, bruv, this is fate. Said she don't text, and she don't ring, but when she lands near, he feels everything. He bought her snacks, seeds and fries. Said she got the maddest, deep set eyes. She don't go clubbing, don't wear heels, but got him sketching how forever feels. Told me she's pure, no makeup, no fake. Then she flew off midday, no give or take. He wait on benches with chips and a grin, talking about her while the birds flew in. He wrote her poems on Greg's receipts, said her silence hits into the deepest beats. He said she don't hold hands, but bro, the vibe. And I nodded slow while trying to survive. He said she don't live a house or flat. I said, are you dating an alien or something like that? But he looked me dead in the soul and said this, nah man, she's better than that, she actually exists.
Yeah, he fell in love with a crow, didn't even blink, just let it grow. Said she's different, pure black flow, eyes like obsidian, heart like snow. She don't talk much, but she's got her ways, and she follows him home most nights and days. We all laugh, thought he'd let it go, but he's deep in love with a crow.
He said she's clever, you can tell she schemes, and she leaves shiny things like broken dreams. Once found a paper clip in his shoe. He said that's from her, bro, that's love, that's true. He called her Feathers like that was a name, made her a mixtape, all crow-themed flame. Played Blackbird loud from a Tesco cart. He said this track, bro, is straight from the heart. Once brought her home to meet his cat. Cat ran off, never came back. She sits on his shoulder like Roy perched, and pecks his head if he leaves her search. They had a picnic on Bin Day Tuesday. She brought a worm, he brought souffle. He's got pictures of her in frames on the wall, feathers taped up like a prom night ball. Neighbors gossip, but he walks on proud, with breadcrumbs in pockets, eyes in a cloud. He said she's dark, yeah, but she gets me G. She's the only bird who truly sees me. Now the town just shrugs like, yeah, that's AK, the guy that fell in love with a crow, they say.
They call him mad, they don't understand, but love's not always what you plan. She don't wear heels, don't own no phone, but she waits for him on that lamp post alone. Yeah, he fell in love with a crow, didn't even blink, just let it grow. Said she's different, pure black flow, eyes like obsidian, heart like snow. She don't talk much, but she's got her ways, and she follows him home most nights and days. We all laugh, thought he'd let it go, but he's deep in love with a crow.
They've been together 5 months and change. She still don't cuddle, but love is strange. He built her a nest by the garden bin, said she loved strong wind and the scent of sins. On Valentine's Day, he gave her toast. She dropped a beetle on his shoulder, like that's close. He wears a feather in his jacket hood, says it's from her fam, it's how she stood. She dive on Karen from No 2. Fred said, that's my girl defending my crew. They watch the skies from a park bench stone, while she calls love songs in a gravel tone. I asked him once if it gets too weird. He said real love never needs to be cleared. She ain't left yet, still circles round, still shouts cool when he drops his sound. No Valentine's cards, no wedding date, but he waits by the bins, always shows up late. So if you pass by and see him smile, don't laugh, just stop, sit down a while, cause not every love fits the mold they show. Sometimes it flaps, yo, and it's got wings, yo, wings, yo, wings, yo, wings, yo.
Yeah, he fell in love with a crow, didn't even blink, just let it grow. Said she's different, pure black glow. You might not get it, but he loves his crow. Ooh.